Oh man, so Joel Embiid is out for the season, man. This is this is a tragedy, you know. Um Apparently he's been dealing with a knee injury since the season started. He was dealing with the knee injury at the end of the season last season in the playoffs. Seems as though he tried to do things naturally, you know, didn't work. This is just Oh man, this is so tragic, man. Shout out to Joel Embiid, clear cut, definitive, easy money MVP, man. I don't care what nobody talking about, bro. It's not even close, really, really though. You know, team can't win without him. When he's in the game, he's not playing in the fourth quarter most of the time. You know, not most of the time, but it's more. It's so often the case that you know his value as a most valuable player cannot be denied. It's crazy. Joel Embiid going on one of the most dominant runs we've seen, you know, s- you know, since Shaq, as far as individual cannot be stopped 1v1 and just from any point of on the court, man. It's crazy, you know. Shout out to Joel Embiid. This is sickening. You know, Joel Embiid tried play as many games as he could to keep up with this 65 game rule, this newly implanted 65 game rule, man. And listen, we was listening to Gilbert Arenas' little show yesterday, and man, he enlightened us on a couple things about this new rule, man. I mean, listen, we didn't really go in depth with this and everything like that. Really didn't think about it too much. We just, you know, blamed it on the so-called owners and the damn what you call them, the damn media, and kept it moving, man. But the thing is, these rules have to be okayed by a players. You know what I'm saying? C.J. McCollum is the main guy. He's the player president. You know, for the NBA, NBA ambassador for the players and things of that nature, man. And C.J. McCollum spearheaded giving the okay for this, you know, disgusting new rule. 65 game rule, man. Listen, man, shout out to CJ McCollum. Um, when CJ came over to them Pelicans, we turned up, you know, and we basically ain't never looked back. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to CJ. We've been saying for years and years he's the best non All Star that ever, you know, one of the, if not the best non All Star in NBA history. We've been saying that it's been a, you know, not so much of a treasonous act that he's never been a MVP because of the depth of the league throughout all of these years, right? But it you know, he's had years where he should have been an MVP and was not, you know. CJ, this is not the this ain't the avenue for you to take, man. Damn. What? Listen, who's gonna be the MVP if Joel Embiid isn't? You know. Um. Listen. When the top MVP candidate goes down, they're just gonna give it to the runner up. You know, it's not going to be so much of a robbery as it's not going to be so much of a robbery because you're just giving it to the number two in the rankings, and you're not giving it to number 17, right? So that's, you know, doesn't look too chicanerous, you know. But when you go down the roster and things of that nature, because now everybody has to move up. Now you do have these 17, ranked, spots that people are supposed to be in, and now they're in an all-star spot. Now these guys is getting all NBA money. Now these guys are doing and getting accolades that they do not deserve, man. All right. Now you're gonna have to pay people that look, man. We're not gonna say don't deserve, man. You got the stats, you got the stats. You play the game. You got selected, so we can't say you didn't earn it, but we can say that you're not better than people who did earn it, who are better, but just got hurt and didn't play enough games. Like, you know, so many people, Arenas went over this as well, wouldn't be the players that they are today with this rule intact. This is switching the NBA accolade paradigm for all of the rest of NBA history if this rule continues, you know? Um this is disgusting work. And this is another thing, man. These cocksucking Jordanite media bastards, love talking about how these players is so, you know, they talk on a slick how they just lazy and don't like playing games and things of that nature. But that's just that's what they're paid to say because they know that players are incentivized to play because their stats and things of that nature. They get money off of this, you know. So I mean they're incentivized to play the games, man. You know? I mean, does this Joel Embiid situation show you any? Isn't this the definitive example? I mean, come on, man. You know, trying to play all of these games, this could potentially ruin his career, man. You know, like CJ, what were you thinking? What were you thinking about, buddy? This is disgusting. This is a disgusting move. This is some nasty work. You deserve to get your ass fried for this. I don't know what the hell you was thinking, because you're an NBA player, man. You should have the foresight to know that this is going to, you know, this is going to ruin, GOAT conversations for anybody that's coming into the league, man. Anybody, you know. Now people are just going to be accoladely, like as far as accolades go, they're going to be disbarred from these greatest of all time conversations because of one, mildly serious injury, regardless of if they're one of the best players in the league or not. You know, you know who the best players in the league is, man. I mean, and just because they got hurt or something of that nature, that means that these NBA players don't deserve to be at the spot that they deserve to be in if they are one of the top two or three, four players in the NBA. This is ridiculous. What if they're the top 10? And they get hurt. Now you got somebody that's in the 11th spot. I mean, this is ridiculous. Damn, CJ, this is bad. You're looking bad right now, man. And anybody who participated in this, you know, BS that you got going on over there, man, this has some very dire repercussions. We didn't know exactly how many uh players would be affected by this 65 game rules, and if you go back in history, how many would be affected, man. This is cutting players' careers in half as far as the all-star selections and things of that nature, all NBAs, and you know, this is now you just now. But the thing is, now we're gonna have to be looking at basketball from a more keen eye. You know, this might be a beautiful thing that you did, CJ, in the long run, even though it's gonna be some nasty work. Even though you possibly took $100 million out of whosoever, however, so many people's, hands and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Um, this is egregious. Shout out to CJ. We hope that you knew not what you've done when you did what you did, and whoever was around you representing the players when you boys signed this egregious act. Um, Hope you do what it takes to fix this. This needs to be fixed. Joel Embiid, listen, he wouldn't have been the MVP because he got hurt. If he did what he did throughout the season up until this point, but we don't believe he would have done what he done up until this point in the season if there was no 65 game rule, man. You know, shout out to Joel Embiid.